to all my YouTube followers. Thank you for following my dreams too. So, I am starting my art diary, and today I am going to be making gloves for my mom. I will leave a link in the description down below where I got this pattern if I can find it again. Um, It's not my pattern, so I'll be clear on that. If I can find where I found it the first time, I will definitely leave that link down below for y'all. Um, just to be clear, this is not a tutorial. This is just my little art journal that I am going to be starting. The first thing that I am going to start with is making the cuffs. And it says to chain 13, so I am going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and then single crochet back. So skip the first one, which will give me 12 single crochets in this row. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then it says rows 2 through 18. We will chain 1, turn, and then in the back loops only, single crochet back across rows 2 through 18, or 2 through 28. Okay, so I didn't like the first way that I did it, so I am going to try it a different way. I am still kind of set on the idea of wanting to have black on the palm of the hand and the light blue on the top of the hand. So I'm going to retry this, but a different way. This is starting the hand itself, and um, it says to have 32 even stitches going around the cuff. That's like the hardest part of this whole glove, honestly. Right here is where I join the cuff together. And so I want this to be the back of the hand. So because of what I just ran into earlier, I think I'm going to go kind of fold it in half and get like a general middle point, which should be about right here. Half of 32 is 16, so I'm going to need 16 stitches in the black and 16 stitches in the blue. And so I'm going to try to do it that way and see if it works out better than what I was doing earlier. Okay, so it did work out better. I got rows 2 through 5 done already. It's 16 in the blue and 16 in the black. And that, my webcam doesn't like do the lighting right if I have this one on, but I have to have it on to crochet, and I don't want to turn it on and off to do the video. And since it's not a tutorial anyways, it's fine. Anyways, the problem that I ran into earlier is I was doing it where I was doing 8 stitches in the black to start where I had tied off from doing the cuff. I did 8 stitches in the black, and then I did 16 stitches in the blue, and then 8 stitches in the black. But carrying the yarn around, it was like the black would show up a lot on this blue color, and I wasn't liking that. I think if I would have been like pulling the tail as I was going to keep it really tight, then I probably wouldn't have done that. But I didn't like it, so I pulled it out. And I started from like a halfway point of doing 16 in the black and then 16 in the blue. And instead of carrying it, because you chain one and turn for every row, um, I'll do like 16 in the blue and then I'll start my black right here. And then 16 in the black, I'll slip stitch to that row and then chain one, turn, and then go 16 back with the black, and my blue will be over here waiting and I'll do it. So I'm not having to carry the yarn. Um, and I mean, the where it's joining, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's not, I don't know if my camera will pick it up. Probably not. But it's not like a straight line where it's joining, but I think it'll still be okay. Uh, but that is rows 1 through 5 of the hand. The first row on the hand is just getting the 32 even stitches going around the cuff, and then 2 through 5 is just going around, chain one, turn, go back around. Now I am on rows 6 through 14, and this is where the thumb is. Um, so instead of slip stitching to the last one, um, you just chain one, turn, and you go back. So it'll leave that opening for the thumb. So that is what I am going to work on now, and I will be back when I am done with that. Okay, so I have rows 6 through 14 done already. I use stitch markers to keep count on my rows. And on row 15, you do it the same as the others, except you slip stitch to the first stitch of the round to close up that hole for the thumb. Now to finish the hand out, I'm going to do rows 16 through 22, like I was doing on the start. Chain one, turn, and then do 16 in one color, 16 in the other color, slip stitch to the first one of the row, chain one, turn, do it again, and do that all the way until I get to row 22. Okay, so I just finished doing rows 16 through 22. So if you start right here where the cuff is and count up, you should have 22 rows by this point. And now to start the fingers, this is going to be the pinky finger, is the one that it's going to do now. So you chain one, you turn, it says 13 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, chain 2 and skip 6. Now this is the part where I've got to figure out how I want to do this, because if I skip 6, that's going to put me over in the blue side. So let's see. I think I'm going to pull this last stitch out right here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring my blue in. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that because that's going to have it pulled over like that. So let's just finish that off. We'll do 2 stitches in black, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll skip 6. And then we're going to bring this in, but instead of completing that, I'm going to complete it with the blue, like that. Yeah, I'll do it like that. It's from my mom, so if it's not perfect, she's not that picky about it. Skip 6, okay, and then 13 single crochets. That counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to slip stitch into the first one. And then single chain 1, turn, single crochet in each, including the 2 chains. So there should be 28 stitches in this round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 28 would be 14 as half. So it's 12, 13, 'Will you stop tearing stuff up? 14. And one thing to note, since I'm working with the 2 yarns like this, when I do go to change the yarns, like change the colors, I am making sure that the one I am not using is going in the back, so it stays on the inside of the glove here. Pretty much I kind of tuck it back behind my crochet needle, and I kind of catch it on my finger here just so it stays out of my way while I'm holding my crochet hook. And in doing that, it makes sure that you don't get out here, because if you don't do that and you just kind of let it drop there, then when you come back around and you go to pick it up again, you're going to have it where it goes over the previous row to come back in. So I just kind of tuck it back and catch it with my other hand that's holding my needle here. So pull that through. I want to make sure that I pull those tight. So that's at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. My count is off, so I am going to check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yes, it is off, so I'm gonna add an extra one right here, make that 27, and that will be 28. As long as it's not a big difference and mess up, like that one I was only one stitch short. So I just added another stitch in right there. I just put one increase uh, to get me back up to the size that I need. But if you ever have something where it's like a big difference, like several stitch difference, then that would be where you would need to pull it out and recount. Sometimes when I'm doing the repetitive thing of just doing the rows going up, like the 16 through 22, um, I'm usually like listening to stuff on YouTube or something, or listening, an Audible on YouTube or an Audible on Amazon, whatever I'm doing. And so I don't count every single row. And so sometimes my stitches will get off. So that's kind of just on you on how you want to do that. I'm not completely picky about it. Now, if I'm like 3 or 4 stitches off of my count, then yes, I'll pull the whole thing out and I'll redo it. Um, But if it's only like 1 or 2 stitches off, then if it's just one, I'll put an increase right there at the end and get me back up to the stitch count I need. If I'm like 2 or 3, like 2 off, then I'll pull the stitches out and several stitches back. I'll add an increase and then do another increase at the end. But usually, if I'm like 3 or more stitches off on my count, um, which doesn't happen very often because you can really notice if you're that far off. But I'll just pull the whole thing out, and each row I pull out, I'll recount and try to figure out what row it was that I messed up on. Um, but that is getting the start for the pinky here. And because of the carrot, like having the yarn there, if you look, you can see where it's got the yarn from where I pulled it over a couple stitches. What I'll do is when I go to do the finger slot for the pinky here, I'll just make sure that I catch that yarn in that first round right there, and that'll get it where that's not in the way. So I'm not really worried about that right now. Um, I'll just catch that when I go to do the other part. But to finish off the parts on the finger, it says chain 1, turn, and then single crochet 5, chain 2, skip 18, single crochet 5, and slip stitch. So in all, I'll have 12 stitches for this round. This is getting it set up for the index finger, because that's the first finger that you start working on. This is going to be a little bit harder to do because of the different colors like I'm doing. Uh, So I've got that. So I'm going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want to do the same as kind of what I did down here. And simply because I don't want to have like all this extra up here and stuff. I could, but I'm not going to. I mean, yeah, I could do that and bring it up here and then do my chain 2, and that would probably give me a neater part here. And then just take them when I go around here, just hide the extra, but I'm not going to. Chain 2, now skip 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it should be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. Either way, I guess I'm still going to have that big gap that I'm going to have to pull it up. So, hmm. Yeah, I'll leave it. I don't really want it like that, though. I want it on the inside. So, there. Like this. Now I've got that, and now I want to pull everything tight. That's 1. I go 2. Actually, I'm going to go right back into this one. Nah, because it still doesn't do the thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then slip stitch into the, not what I wanted you to do. Get out of there. Slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, and you should have 12 stitches in total right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And again, just for that tail right there, just when I go to put in these fingers, I'll just make sure I catch it. Just so I don't have to like keep cutting it. And then what I'll do for the hand, or for the fingers anyways, is when I do that, it's usually because I'm going to be like looking at it and moving it. So I pull my needle out and I put a stitch marker where I'm at, and then I just pull it tight. That way I can move it around and I'm not having to like keep my needle in it so it doesn't pull out. Looking at it, because I did it consistent on those, no, because this one actually pulls back into this. I may try to do the same here and bring it back around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would put me halfway, and then 6. I think I'm gonna do it where the inside of the fingers is black and the outside is blue. And then like right here on the knuckles of the finger, if I don't like it where the black is like coming through on that part, then I might make like some little hearts or something that I can put on it, but I don't know. Even if I don't, I mean, it's not like it's something that's going to be completely obvious. Yep. Because when you have the glove on, that part where it comes through is kind of what sinks in your fingers, kind of in the middle of your fingers there. So it's not like you're really going to notice it a whole lot. Not to mention, it's not like people get that close to my mom's hands, or anybody's hands, really, for that matter. So I don't really think it's going to matter that much. Uh, yes, the glove is too big for me because I wear small and my mom wears medium. So, but I know the size works because I just made a set for a friend of hers that wears medium gloves as well. And because nobody here at my house wears medium gloves, my kids wear extra small, I wear small, and my husband wears extra large. So I had took them to my mom and asked her to try them on, make sure that I had the size right and everything. Uh, but I am going to work on the fingers, and this video is already getting kind of long as it is. So I am going to turn it off and get all the fingers done, and then I will come back with the finished product on the gloves on this one anyways. This one is being done for the right hand. So I finally managed to get all the fingers done on the glove. Uh, Took a little longer than I thought because my kids got out of school and I didn't get it done before then. What I like about this pattern is obviously the gloves are too big on me, but there's little slots on each finger that you can pull them out to where you can still use your fingers for like your phone or anything like that. Um, so that's really, really cool. I do like that. I might make me a set, but I will definitely have to change the pattern because this is too big for me. But I really do like this. The only thing that I've got left to do now to get this glove completely done is I'm going to go through and I'm just going to sew some stitches around the bordering of where the slits are for the fingers. That's the other thing I like is where like the mittens, where it uncovers all your fingers. If you're just needing to like do something on your phone, all you have to do is just take out whichever finger you need or whatever. And you can like do stuff on your phone and you don't have to like take all your fingers out of the gloves. I really like that. But I'm just going to sew in some black yarn around the slits on the fingers just to strengthen them. And then I'm going to do a heart that I'm going to put on the top that's going to have an M in the middle of it because my mom's name is Michelle. And I'm going to put that on the back of the glove here. But that's all that there is to this pattern here. And to do the left hand, it'll be done the same way, except the colors will be reversed so that the black stays on the bottom of the hand. I'm not going to do a video on that because it's literally the exact same thing. You just switch the colors, like where the blue is, the black will go, and where the black is, the blue will go. You know, that's literally the only difference between the two gloves. Um, but this has been my first art journal that I'm doing, so I hope y'all enjoy it. If you have any questions on the pattern, you can leave it in the comments down below. I will try to find the pattern that I actually used to write this down. I don't think I watched a video on this. I think it was just a pattern that I found that I had wrote down. Um, but I will look for that and see if I can find it. And if I can, I will link it in the description down below. If not, it's not my pattern. I will say that right now. It is something that I found and I wrote it down. Um, but I will try to find the link for the original pattern and try to link it down below. So if it's in the description down below, then I was able to find it. If it wasn't, then I wasn't able to find it. But any questions, just leave them in the comments down below and I will try to answer them the best that I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell notification to be notified whenever I upload new videos. So have a great day to everybody.